Hello there. It's February 8th, it's Friday, and it's one of the most tiring day for me. I'm still working on with the Mellingers party, and tomorrow will be the special day, the highlight of all highlights for the Mardi Gras. It will be held at the tent in the farm. Today, I woke up. Supposedly, I have to wake up because I woke up at 7 o'clock. I got a text message from Remo quarter to 7, and I said I set my alarm by 7 o'clock. I got confused because I know I have to pick up Josh in this place by 7:30, and then said like, wait a minute, why am I still in a shower after 7 o'clock? And I have to be there already in the house by 7:30 because I have to be in the warehouse with Sebastian he will pick him up by 8 o'clock. So I said, oh my god. So I rushed, taking a shower, I dressed up, and I drove the Jeep, and I called up Josh saying that I got miscalculated or got confused with the schedule. I thought it was like, I thought if I drive 7 o'clock at 7:30, I'll be able to reach you, something like that. So I told him I'm gonna be late. So I was able to arrive there at 8 o'clock, around 8 o'clock, and we drove up to the warehouse, and I arrived like past like 8:10. It's okay. And there was a situation that was going to anyway. So after that, Sebastian was there, and they drove away, going to the Mellingers while I stayed in the warehouse to pick up the orchids with the one we arranged with the purple pots and everything. And I also took the dendrobiums, and I couldn't find the Venetian mask, and they said they already took them. And then Dan and the Hexio came, as well as Robert. Robert came after that, and I helped them uh, pick up this mask, the two big masks from Sutra, care of Anna, and the 10 kite mask or something that they haven't used for so long. So we're renting them and we placed it in the van. And then the two followed me, going to the Glades Crop office, the office of Mr. and Ms. Mellinger, beside the K store on Indian Town. It was a nice warehouse, but then we just have to pick up the ladder there. It's a big one. Then I called up Steve, and we waited for him until he came, and we picked some stuff in the office, going and put in my Jeep, and some of them in the van, but it's really full. So the three of us went to their farm on the west coast of Indian Town, and the tent was there. And it was funny because when I was driving, I had a video of that. It was a rocky road that the Jeep, like, because it always kept blinking. We call it disco Jeep, and it kept, the more it got worse, and then the sound like and the light kept blinking back and forth. So we went there, and Steve went ahead, just explained what to do with the setup, for the decorations. And I waited for Adesh, who's a friend of George, who he recommended. So when Adesh came, he's Indian. How do you call this? I helped him strip the colored linens, the purple, gold, and green. And then I went to McDonald's to buy lunch for them. I even bought water for them from Publix, and came back to the tent to have their lunch break. It's already like almost 1 o'clock, and then I ran towards the house of the Mellingers along the east coast, and have to find a Chinese takeaway because Josh requested for that. So I saw Yum Yum, and I ordered there, and I told them it will take like 10 minutes. So after 10 minutes, I drove to the house. It's almost 2 o'clock, and they had Chinese. Romel was there, as well as Sebastian, and of course Josh. I shared lunch with there too, and then we started preparing ourselves, to do the setup for the tables because they have 40 guests coming for dinner, and then until 4 o'clock. By that time, Steve asked me to go to Publix to buy something, spinach. So Keegan called me and saying that he couldn't reach Rick. He has the car then, and I got worried that I hope it's not like just hope he not punked me or something. So I called and called his phone. It won't answer until I got disturbed, and then went to buy to get the spinach. I went outside Publix thinking like, why is this spinach with me and I haven't paid it yet? You know what I mean? I totally forgot and accidentally forgot that I have to pay it. So went back at once and paid it, and then I called up Rick again. Good thing Mick, I think his partner, called up, answered and said he left his phone. So good thing and then he said he's on his way to pick up Keegan. So I called Keegan, and Rick was there. So I'm glad I won't able to. I won't pick up Keegan for that. So I went back to the house, and we started setting up the tables for the dinner until the four guys came. I mean, Keegan and Rick came, and then Francis, Alan, and then the lady Marjorie came as well. And then after an hour, John came. So we had to set up everything. Chef Rene was preparing all the food until we had the dinner service. So we started with supposedly just an appetizer to pass around, but Mrs. Mellinger wants it to be on the table. So we had this oyster on the table for the appetizer, and then we had salad, and then we have a nice meal for the fish and the steak with the sauce and everything. It's freaking awesome. And then after that, did all the service, and we ate until we had the dessert. So they had a dessert, and we cleaned up stuff, the usual service itself, and they liked it. I mean, very work cooperated, and of course Josh did the dishwashing, and we make sure that everything was returned to the rental. I mean, all the silverware plates were counted for, and to make sure they're all complete, and we have to return them tomorrow, including the glasswares. So some of the guys left already after 9 o'clock, and then Sebastian was there actually, and we all clean up, and then Rick and Keegan left as well as John, and so until Steve, Sebastian, Josh, and I left already. So there was a situation that when I came that afternoon in the house, the door from the driver's seat got broken. So I said, "What's wrong with this?" And I couldn't close it. They found it was somewhere on the lock thing by the on the side of the door. It was broken then, but I was able to close it. So when I drove Josh home going to Southern Boulevard, suddenly when I turned right to Southern from I-95, oh my God, the door just opened, so it won't lock anymore, and you have to fix it. So I drove him, and when I was driving while holding the door itself, so it won't open. So I drove carefully, and then I brought Josh home, and then I was trying to call Remo just to confirm, to check, let him know about the situation, but I couldn't reach him. So when I drove home already, this time he called up, and I told him. So I have to inform Robert and Steve about it, not to drive the Jeep. But Robert was not home yet. He took the truck, and Steve was sleeping already because he has to wake up very early. I have to wake up early too. What a day. So now I got home, and I'm kind of hopefully won't get sick because I'm really exhausted, and hope tomorrow's the last day. But Sunday we have a dinner. Maybe I'll have to request that somebody would replace me because I couldn't take it anymore. I need really a good rest. We'll see. Steve is so strong. I don't know how he handled these things. I couldn't do this anymore. But it's work. So anyway, I'm just hoping that Jeep will be able to be fixed, and at the same time, everything will work out well tomorrow, and it's a new day again, and I have to wake up early. So thank you very much for following my journey. This is Louis. Have a good night.